Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am doing another extreme horror reading vlog. Belle, what are you doing? We've talked about this before. Okay, thank you. So I'm just going to be reading probably 4 extreme horror books because I knew I wanted to film this because my sweet baby angel McKay sent me an arc of his book. So if you want to hear my full thoughts and review, make sure you just keep watching. And then I threw a couple other books in this video. I don't remember what books I read for this video. That's cute. Okay, we're just gonna keep it rolling there. All right. Good morning. It's Sunday morning. I slept like 3 hours last night, maybe. I didn't sleep at all. I had like the worst insomnia. I wasn't intending on filming this morning, this little clip, obviously, but I have something so exciting. I have the most exciting news because I woke up to a message from McKay that said check your email, and look what is in my email. If you can't tell what this is, you probably can't tell what this is, but okay. It's a fucking arc of Them by McKay. I can't wait to read this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm dropping everything. I actually started reading a J.F. Gonzalez book, Voyeur. I got like 35 pages in so far. I don't know how to feel so far, so we're not going to talk about that yet, but I'm dropping everything to read this bad boy. So yeah, I am going to make breakfast, make some coffee, and I'm going to lay down and get as far into this as I can because I have to like meal prep and clean, and I was going to go to my dad's today to watch the Mets, who suck, by the way. But I am going to try to get as far into this as I can. It's 7:20 a.m. So I'm so excited. I could honestly cry. I was not expecting to get an arc this soon. Like, I just filmed my TBR yesterday at the time of filming this, so I had like no idea. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, hi. So it's after 9 o'clock. I've been reading Them by McKay Watson, my favorite person. Okay, let me start off by saying I didn't really explain this in the last clip. If you don't know who McKay is, you're living under a rock. McKay is on YouTube. I'll leave his channel link down below. He hasn't filmed in a while because he's been writing a book. So if you don't know McKay, him and I are literally the same person, so you probably do know him. Like, if you know one of us, you know the other. We're very similar. He's my twin. I love him. I talk to him every day. And he wrote his first book. So that's why I got an arc and I'm reading it. And I've just been so excited. I'm like just so happy for him, and I'm so proud of him because he's obviously so talented, and like, he wrote a fucking book. I mean, how many people can say that they wrote a book? It is just such a huge accomplishment, like, to anyone that's ever written a book. I mean, I know I can never write a book. I don't have that creativity and that like writing skill and talent. Like, that's just not me. Like, I just know I would never write a book, you know? So I always like admire people that have the balls to do it and can creatively come up with ideas and put them on paper. I think it is such an accomplishment, and you should be so proud if you've ever written a book. So with that being said, this is 221 pages on my phone, and I got to page 68, chapter 4. Okay, so this book is about, so this girl, this woman, Jeanette, she lives alone with her dog, and one day there's this news broadcast that comes on the TV saying like, oh my god, all these people are being murdered by people that they know, and she's watching The Shining, and all of a sudden the TV cuts out and it's just like, warning, 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 and no one knows what the hell's going on. The power goes out and people start showing up to her house, and they look exactly like her loved ones or people that she knows, but it's not actually them. So creepy, right? Like, she can tell they're just these like humanoid figures that look like them, but it's not actually them. So good. That is the premise of this book, okay? I will not say anything else. It is so suspenseful. Like, I was gripping the couch reading this because it is just so suspenseful. Okay, I just now got into the extreme horror territory, which I'll get into in a second, but the beginning of the book, just like the general horror, the general suspense, the general thrill of what is happening, I was like, oh my god, I need to keep reading. I need to know what's going on. I need to know who these people are. And I was just obsessed. And then it took this turn into this like extreme horror territory. Trigger warnings for everything imaginable. Really fucked up. Like really fucked up. And I knew it was gonna get like that because I know McKay, and I'm like, okay, I know something insane is going to happen. So yeah, it just took this like 180 into extreme territory. And I was like, bitch, you got me fucked up, okay? Hello! Good morning. It's Monday morning. I fucking hate my life. So I am here to talk to you because yesterday I finished Them by McKay, and I'm going to give you a little review right now. I finished the book in one day. I absolutely loved it. Honestly, my honest opinion is that I absolutely loved this book. I really enjoyed just like the overall pacing of the book, because the thing with me is it's like with extreme horror, either it's like sometimes it's just like gore just for the sake of it, and then it's like I get bored because there's like no plot going on. It's just like unnecessary nonsense, which Dead Inside comes to mind when I say that. Or it's like with regular horror, it's just like a bunch of things happening that like, yeah, the plot's moving along, but it's not shocking or like terrifying enough for me to care. So it's like I need a fine balance between both. Like I need a horror book with a plot, but that also has that shock value, that extreme horror that I like. And this is exactly that. This book, there is a very gruesome extreme horror scene in the first half of the book, which I'm not going to say what it is, but it's fucked up. You've been warned. And, you know, it goes into this, just this regular horror book where you're like rooting for this main character. It's like, is she going to make it out of this situation? And then, you know, everything that he described also, I could picture in my head completely clear. Another issue I have with certain books and their writing is that it's just overly descriptive to the point where I'm like, first of all, I don't care. Second of all, now you lost my attention. But McKay like described things so well that I could clearly picture them in my head, but it didn't slow that suspense or that pacing down, which I really enjoyed. And then of course I loved just the overall bleakness of this book. I'm still coughing from my cold like 2 weeks ago. Just like the overall bleakness and the exploration of the darker side of humanity and how humans fucking suck. And, you know, the ending of this book was nonstop extreme horror, depravity, extremely violent, extremely brutal, and messed up. And I don't know, I loved it. I honestly loved it. That's my honest opinion. Loved the epilogue. I loved it. Well done, McKay. McKay is going places, okay? I can't wait to let everyone know that my best friend is a famous author. Yeah, he's just talented. I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of him. Definitely go check this book out. And McKay, I love you. So I am going to go to work. I started reading Voyeur by J.F. Gonzalez. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm only like 40 pages in. It's about this girl, Christine, who her mom went missing when she was younger, and then they found out she was murdered, like brutally tortured and murdered. So that's all we know so far, and then we're just kind of getting to know her and her dad, and there's like these two gay neighbors. I think they were neighbors, I don't know, but they're like family friends, and yeah, so we're getting to know these people. And from what I know, this book is about snuff films. So from what I know, I think obviously the mom was probably involved in a snuff film, and now, I don't know, is the main character going to be involved? I don't know, we'll see. I don't really have any like clear-cut feelings so far. I'm in the middle of two books right now. I'm like a little more than halfway through Voyeur by J.F. Gonzalez, and then I started Grandpappy last night. So I'm going to talk about those in a second. Listen, I just need to trauma dump for like 2 minutes. I'm sorry. I found out 3 days ago, my surgery estimate for my endometriosis surgery. If you're new here, hi. I hope the day will come where I can finally shut up about this, because I fucking hate talking about it. I'm so sick and tired of talking about it. But this is why I've been so stressed and just like depressed and anxious the past few days. So I found out the cost estimate of my surgery, since the surgeon is out of network with my insurance and I'm going to be traveling. The hospital is in network, so that's not an issue. I'm not worried about the hospital bill. I'm worried about the surgeon bill, because they said it's between $9,000 and $21,000, and they have absolutely no clue how much I'm gonna owe until after my surgery, when they bill my insurance and the claim goes through. Insurance can deny it and just straight up say we're not paying any of this. They can pay a portion of it. Like, it's really up to them how much they're going to pay, because it's out of network. Does that make sense? I owe $10,000 up front. Before I even get surgery, they said at my pre-op appointment, I have to literally bring them $10,000. Then I was like, well, can I put it on a payment plan? They're like, no, it needs to be up front, and then if I owe anything over that $10,000, then it will be put on a payment plan. What the fuck? I'm fucked. I don't know what to do. I'm so stressed, and like I need this surgery. And it's like, that's the other thing too. I'm worried that I'm gonna spend all this money, and then what if the endometriosis grows back in a few months? We don't know. That's the uncertainty of it all. And, you know, he said there's probably like a 5 to 10% chance of my endometriosis coming back. Praying, hoping that it doesn't come back, but it's just the uncertainty of it all, and then like having to pay all that money for the uncertainty. Yeah, so I need the surgery because I need an expert to go in, remove all the endometriosis, fix all the adhesions where my organs are wrapped together. So yeah, that's my dilemma. I'm a mess. Anyways, I need to talk about books. I've been trauma dumping way longer than 2 minutes. So I'm a little more than halfway through Voyeur by J.F. Gonzalez, and I like it so far. It's not really, it's It's psychological suspense. That's what it says on the back. There are like some little bits and pieces of extreme horror scenes, but I don't think it's been too bad so far. It's about snuff films. So this girl, I said she, you know, her mom died this like horrible, brutal death, and now someone is slipping her notes and videotapes, and she plays the videotape and it's the snuff film of her mom. So now she is determined to find out who killed her mom and who is involved in making this snuff film. So it's kind of like a mystery thriller sort of thing. Like she's going around and trying to find who the killer is, and you know, there's a detective, but he's not helping. So she's taking the matters into her own hands. So I like it. I don't think it's as good as Survivor, naturally. Survivor is like my favorite extreme horror book. If you didn't know, Survivor is the book that got me into extreme horror. That was like the first extreme horror book I ever read. And I wasn't sure. I was like, I'm obsessed with this, but I don't know if extreme horror is my thing, you know? And then I just started reading more and more, and then I realized it is my thing. We'll see where this goes. I really like it. It's feeling like maybe a 4-star so far. We'll see what happens. And then I started reading. I didn't get very far. I got 27% into... What the fuck is going on with this thing? Let's try this again. I got 27% into Grandpappy by Patrick C. Harrison III. And look at this. So we're following this guy. He's like in his 20s. His parents go vacation or something. He is left to go to his grandparents' house and take care of his grandpappy, who is like, you know, bedridden. He's dying of many different things. And, you know, he has to like roll him so he doesn't get bed sores, and there's nurses coming in and out of the house. And he's just like a little piece of shit. Like this main character he's an asshole. And now he's like discovering some things about his grandpappy, and it's weird. It's weird. I don't know where this is gonna go. I like it. But the thing that I just read before turning my Kindle off last night, I don't know what to say. I don't want to give anything away. I think you should go in blind, but like what happened? I was like, oh my gosh, Grandpappy, you're a freak, dude. So yeah, I'll update you probably when I finish both of these. Hi, yeah, so I'm working right now. I'm reading Grandpappy while working. I'm taking full advantage of the phone not ringing every 12 seconds today. And I am cracking up laughing at some of the shit that this main character is saying. Like, okay, I take it back. 100% Match was hilarious. This is also hilarious. I am convinced that Patrick C. Harrison III is just like the funniest person alive, maybe. Maybe he should do stand-up. Oh my god, there was a joke about R. Kelly in here. Playing in Grandpappy's piss, looking as happy as R. Kelly at a daycare. What the hell? I had a girlfriend once that would put cocaine in her asshole and then shove a straw in her asshole and tell me to snort out what I could. Like, what the fuck? What is this? I'm dying. I'm dying. Keeping me entertained while I'm working. What can I say? Okay, good morning. It's Saturday. I have to go to work, so I'm trying to make this quick, but I just wanted to give you my final thoughts on Grandpappy as well as Voyeur. So Grandpappy I read in one day. It's just like a short I don't know, 170 page book. And like I said, this guy goes to his grandpappy's house to watch him and like help roll him, and there's like hospice nurses coming in and out. And he starts descending into madness, and it's one of those books where I think if you like books where it's just like you have no idea what's real, what's not real, what's actually happening, check this one out. It's gross. Like, it is gross extreme horror. Like, this book was very much what the fuck. The entire second half of this book, it just gets crazier and crazier and crazier, and I was like, this is insane. Like, I wasn't sure what the fuck I was reading, but I liked it. It was just so weird, so off the walls, absolutely nuts, hilarious at times. You know, and it is graphic extreme horror. It's gross body horror, other things going on, and, you know, there are some like animal cruelty scenes and things like that. So be aware. But overall, I thought this book was hilarious. I don't know. It's living rent-free in my mind right now because I'm about to go to work in a nursing home, and now all I can think about is what happened in this book. Oh yeah, I mean, this was just overall very solid. I'm giving it 4 stars, and I enjoyed it. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop. I've been thinking about it for 2 days now. I finished A Voyeur by J.F. Gonzalez, and this one, you know, I was really into it. Like, the first half I said, oh, it's probably like a 4 star, like it was good, it was solid, and then the second half happened, and this book unfortunately went downhill for me. This is more of a like like a detective procedural type book. It's just, you know, oh, the detective is just a fucking asshole. I hated the detective in this book. Oh, and he's not doing his job, so now the main character has to take things into her own hands and find who the killer is, and then it's very like formulated, the plot. And the second half, like, they go on these long tangents about like the myths of snuff films. Are snuff films a myth or are they real? And it's like, this detective is a moron, and then it's just like they get into these long drawn out conversations, and I started skimming because I was like, oh my god, is this book ever gonna end? I wanted it to go more in a extreme horror territory, but unfortunately it did not do that. It ended up feeling like a James Patterson novel to me or something. I don't know. I really liked the backstory of Animal from Survivor because he's in this book, and you get more of like his backstory, and just the reveals were not that shocking to me. It's kind of what I thought the entire time, but then the motive was just like, seriously? I just don't know how to feel about this. I think if maybe you're like dipping your toe into extreme horror, this would be good for you because there's not a lot of graphic scenes. There's like a few that are graphic, but I think if you're looking for more of a like detective style thriller, but not a POV from the detective, am I making sense? Like, if you're looking for a thriller with like a little bit of extreme horror elements thrown in there, maybe you would be into this. But overall, I gave this 3 stars because I think the first half was solid, the second half was questionable. So yeah, I'm gonna go to work, and then Hi. This is the most awkward angle. I look like I'm on a fucking casting couch. Hi! So I started reading Hell by Judith Sonnet, my friend, my amazing, wonderful friend, Judith Sonnet. I can't hype her up enough. I love her as a person and as an author. But I started this crazy fucking book and I'm only 38 pages in, like, and I don't know what this is about. So we're following, in the beginning of the book, we're like following this woman, Patricia, and I don't know, I'm kind of confused, but also my mental health has been trash the past few days. Like, some things have been going on and I just don't know how to feel, and my ADHD has been terrible, and anxiety. I haven't slept in days. Like, I've been up with insomnia all night, like having panic attacks. I'm just a mess. So, yeah, what am I saying? Words. I'm saying words. Completely lost my train of thought. See, this is what I mean. I'm fucked up. So, yeah, I don't really understand what I'm reading, but it also could be because my mental health is shit and I am just scatterbrained. But we're following this guy named Mr. Gloves, which, first of all, iconic, that name. And he is a murderer, and I don't know what he is, a demon or something. I don't really know. I'm not sure if we know. But Patricia is like trapped inside of his head and can see him killing people, and then he starts coming after her. So I don't know what is going on. What is this, Judith? She told me it doesn't make sense. So, like, I feel like I'm high, but I'm not. So anyways, like I said, I haven't gotten very far into this. You know, I'm trying to finish this as quickly as I can this week. I'm hoping I can get this video up on Friday, so we'll see. We'll see where this goes. I didn't have a weekend at all. I fucking worked all day yesterday, and then today I had to, like, drive for 3 hours this morning, and, like, then I stopped at my dad's and watched the Mets lose again. They lost, what, like 20 fucking games recently? They suck so bad. So yeah, I'm hoping, like, before work and after work throughout the week I can finish this, and then this might be my last book for this vlog because I don't have a video to get up on Friday, so I'm hoping I can just quickly edit this and get something up on Friday. That's my plan. We'll see. My problem is there's just a list like this long of extreme horror books that I want to read. And people are constantly like asking me, oh, can you read this book? Can you read that book? I have authors asking me to read their books, and it's like, listen, I can't. I work 3 jobs, and if I had all the time in the world to read everyone's book, I would do it, you know? But I unfortunately just don't have all that time. So I can't. And also, I love reading different genres, and if I just read the same genre over and over and over, I get burnt out. I feel like I've just been neglecting all the people that subscribe to me for thriller content, and I'm just like, here's extreme horror, I'm fucking crazy. Which, I mean, I'm literally crazy. We all know this, but I'm trying to juggle a bunch of things in my life right now, and there's some things going on that I'm like, I don't know what to think of them, I don't know what to do. And yeah, so this might be my last book for this vlog, but I don't know, should I try to do like an extreme horror video every month? I don't know. There are a lot of authors that are just like sweeties, and I want to read their books, you know? But anyways, what was I going to say after that? I definitely want to film my cows video. Cows, the book, cows. Cows. Oh, sorry, Belle. I just scared my cat. I definitely want to get that up. I kind of want to film another spoiler video with the taboo smut thing that I did. Like, that was just so funny. I don't even like reading smut. I think it's funny, and therefore I want to film like a spoiler video. But it has to be like incestuous or like something really crazy going on, because then it's like a Jerry Springer episode, RIP. So I don't know, I kind of want to film another one of those videos. Welcome back to Meg's big old comfy casting couch. I'm your host, Meg. Hopefully the lighting's okay because the sun's coming in behind me, but there's nowhere to put the camera over there. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, Belle. It's a whole damn thing. Okay, so hi, it's Wednesday. I'm praying and hoping to get this video up on Friday, so I'm gonna wrap it up right now and edit, and hopefully I don't seem too crazy. I think I was just boring in this entire video because I haven't slept in forever. Last night I slept 6 hours, finally. Thank you, medical marijuana, okay? And also thank you, medical marijuana, because I was able to focus last night to finish Hell by Judith Sonnet. And what the fuck? Judith, what the actual fuck is this? So Judith already told me that this book doesn't make sense. We've already established this. She was like, oh, good luck trying to make sense of it. And I'm like, okay. So the first half, I pretty much followed along and knew what was going on, and the second half completely lost me. So, like I said, you know, we're following this character, Mr. Gloves, and you find out who he is throughout the book and what he is and what's going on. And Belle, oh, this freaking cat. This cat. Hey, come here. Why don't you come up here? Why do you have to, like, I don't know what it is about the tripod. Okay, come on. Yeah, you find out who this Mr. Gloves guy is, and at the same time, there's like a whole bunch of shit going on. Demons, zombies, craziness. So anyway, you know, he kills this Patricia woman, and then, like I said, she was trying to get away from him. And then people are being invited to this house that she died in. And I'm trying to make sense of this in my head. So people are being invited to this house. There's a person that is clairvoyant or psychic, and in her dreams, now the fucking light just died. Motherfucker, every video, I am just, I'm already having a day. So I just sat on the other couch and zoomed in really far. Can you see me? Can you hear me? My neighbor's probably like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. So anyways, where was I? There's a psychic, and in her dreams, she can see that this town, Downwich, is in danger, and only she can save the town. Now, she goes to the town, and the town's in a freaking uproar. There's craziness happening everywhere, and this book is bonkers. Like, this book is what the fuck on every single level. So, you know, she said it's supposed to not really make sense. You know, I was following along the first half, and then the second half was just like one what the fuck thing after another, and I was lost. I was like, what the hell? So it says, I intentionally created logic holes. I purposefully made the narrative move without cause. If I felt that a scene was making too much sense, then I threw the scene out and restarted from scratch. Fancy term for this is dream logic. Hell is not a story, it's a hallucination, a nightmare, a cinematic experience driven by disturbing, gory visuals rather than plot. And then it says it should be enjoyed with loud music and maybe a little weed, which is exactly what I did last night. So yeah, she told me that this is her favorite book that she's written, and that it's McKay's least favorite. I'm sorry, Judith. I might have to agree with McKay on this one. It's not that I dislike this book by any means. I did like it. It's just that it lost me a little bit too much, and I felt like I was in a fever dream. Once that person started penetrating that thing is when I was like, what the fuck? What the hell? So yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one 3 stars, maybe a 3.5. Like, I liked it. Being that like literally every single book of hers that I've read was either 4 or 5 stars for me in the past, I guess this makes this one my least favorite. I don't know. I love realistic extreme horror, and that's just always my favorite thing. So when I read books that are just like really off the wall, weird, ridiculous, I like them, but they're not my favorites. Does that make sense? But thank you, Judith. Okay, side note, I was high last night, right? And I swear to you, I looked out the door into the hallway and I thought that I saw Mr. Glove's fucking glowing eyeballs in the hallway, and I was tripping myself out. And Justin's like, oh my God, there's nothing there, go to bed. So that's that. Also, leave a comment down below and tell me what your favorite book, extreme horror book about snuff films is. Or if you have any recommendations, let me know, because I may or may not be filming a snuff film video. Oh my God. Filming a snuff film video. Great, now the FBI is after me. You know what I mean, okay? Let me know. And I will see you in my next video. All I want to do is film extreme horror videos week after week after week, because I just can't get enough. I think I have a problem. I have an addiction. Anyways, go read McKay's book. He's the love of my life. Go read Judith Sonnet. Love her. And if you just love weird, crazy shit, go read that book. And if you love weird, crazy shit, go read Grandpappy as well. And anyone else watching this, I love you also. Belle's fucking feet are stuck on the tripod. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!